Yeah, get it. Everybody's a little lazy this morning. Yeah, get it. Yeah, get it. You helping me? Call him, Red. Yeah, get it. They're like, nope, we're moving them a little early. Just because I think they're done with the brush. I'm not going to leave them in here very long either because there's not very much brush in here. I mean, there's a little bit. There's a strip that runs right this way that we're seeing. And then there's a strip, that runs over on the east side of this pasture this way. Then there's one way back over there in the corner.
Okay.
So we're not going to leave them very long in here. But you won't be here. What do you care? You'll be headed back to Colorado. What's the first thing you're going to do when you get to Colorado, Eli?
Man, I don't know.
I know what it is.
What is that?
Take your hat off.
Oh, yeah.
So they're not really wanting to move this morning. And they really don't like coming in because the dew is coming all the way up the grass. You can't see it, but you can see how tall the grass is compared to the goats. Especially when they get in here, and I'm saying grass. I'm actually looking at the forbs and everything else, but they don't like to get wet. And so all of this stuff is wet. I mean, I don't know, 3 foot up, some of this stuff, maybe 3.5. And so they don't like that. But we're moving them because they're out of brush in there, at least in my mind. They seem pretty satisfied as far as how they're acting. But I think that's more of they want to let the dew dry off a little bit before they start kind of moving around in this stuff. Because if we go back and look where they were bedded, Eli, over there where they were bedded, is it short stuff under there? Or is it taller like this? Okay, so see, that's why they're bedding under there. And that's why they're not really excited about coming out. Come on! Yeah, gotta. I mean, so see, some of these are here in the new pasture. And the rest of them are just, they're like, yeah, whatever. We can live without that right now. So we're moving them because of the brush. We're moving them because we got to get them around and get the Billy kids adjusted, or they're not going to be breeding nannies. And unfortunately, Eli is going to be gone. What a slacker. He's going back to Colorado because he doesn't want to work any goats. No, it's the internship is over. I was trying to get him around where he would get a chance to handle the goats, but it just, you got to utilize your pasture at the same time, and so that's what we've been trying to do. We have been moving them a lot faster than normal, but it's going to be next week or the week after probably before we get them in the pens. I talked with I'm going to call him a parasite specialist from Langston University. If y'all don't know that college, it's there in Guthrie, Oklahoma. And Dr. Hart, who is supposed to be retired, but I think he still does a lot there because he just loves goats and doing that kind of stuff. And And we were talking about that stuff, and it's specifically the dew. And his statement was the dew on the plants can harbor the parasites. So however high the dew goes, you don't want your goats eating where the plants are wet. Well, so what are we going to do right here? You know, the only thing we can do is that right there. So that's another reason that we're going ahead and moving them. I need them to split up out through here and just hit the brush. And if I come out here in the next day or two, or Eli comes out here in the next day or two, and the bulk of them are eating on the ground like some of these already are, we probably need to go ahead and move them. Like this one right here. For parasite's sake, we probably need to go ahead and move them. I don't know. What do y'all think? You guys that are in the goats. I mean, remember, this is without worming. We don't worm anything. So they've got to handle a little bit of a parasite load in their system, but we can't let them. We don't want them to get down where they can't get back. Okay, Eli is going to head that way and check the big brush over that direction and just make sure they're all right here. But this is what I was talking about as far as goats not wanting that stuff, not wanting tall stuff, especially when it's wet. This is where they were bedded up in here this morning. And you can see how short everything is. It's very short. You know, I don't know if you guys have heard of Ian Mitchell Ennis, but we talk about Ian all the time on this channel because he's helped us so much with our management. If somebody says, I got a problem, I need you to come look at my cattle and my pasture, they're getting sick, or they're not doing well, or they didn't breed up, or whatever, he'll go and look, and a large percentage of the time, it doesn't matter if it's sheep, doesn't matter if it's goats, doesn't matter if it's water buffalo, the solution is move them. Don't take them to fresh pasture. And if you think about that, that's probably a pretty good habit to get into. If you're having issues, you know, and you're trying to get out of them, move them faster. Now you got to kind of balance that because you don't want to get back around too quick. But if you just think about that, giving an animal fresh feed as often as possible will potentially probably make them as healthy as they can be. We try to move as often as we can, so that's what we're doing. Here's the comparison to where the goats could bed versus where they did bed. And when we come down here, they've been bedding in areas like this. This is the first time I've kind of seen them here. But they have been bedding in areas where it was short like this. Because we're focused on the brush, we're just kind of making a mental note of some trees that have low leaf production already from the last graze, since the last graze. And there's some over there. And so we can monitor those things and get an idea when they run out of the brush, because they're gonna go around and eat all this stuff first. Okay, good morning. It's been a couple of days since we moved the goats into this pasture. And so I've had Eli kind of watching the brush and seeing when he starts noticing that they've de-leafed that lower level of brush. And so he said that it's starting to look like they have a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to just mill around here and just take a look. Like, see, here's one that I told him to watch. They've got quite a bit of it, but not all of it. They'll raise up and get this on their hind feet. Same thing here. So we're going to drive around and look at this. It's only been a couple of days. And so this pasture should be longer than that. But what we're going to do is we're monitoring the brush that we know they're eating. And then I'm going to take a look at, there's a pretty big stand of eastern gamagrass in here. And I'm going to take a look at that and see if they're hitting that hard. And if they are, that's another indicator that maybe we need to be looking at moving them based on how we want them to browse, how we want them to feed. There's a lot of factors that are going to contribute to that decision. Are you having health problems? Are you having moisture problems, which could lead to parasite problems? All those types of things along with the feed. And so we're just going to take a broad evaluation here and see if we need to go ahead and change anything. And I'm going to take you all along and just kind of show you at least what I'm looking at for our situation. And everybody's is a little different. There is no prescription. There is no perfect model. Anytime I talk about how we do things, it's how we do things here. And it's going to be different from where people do them in Oregon or people do them in, New York. It's just how we do things here. But you can always learn something. I can always learn something from the people in Oregon and the people in New York with respect to managing livestock. So it's kind of nice to benchmark people on YouTube because I learn a lot. Hopefully y'all learn something from us. I don't know that you do, but anyway, learn what not to do. Let's go take a look. Here's that gamma grass stand, and it's probably 5 acres or so here, maybe 10. But you can see they've been, that's a four-wheeler path. That's Eli. You just can't see where they've been. There's something bit a little bit off right here, this one plant. There's a little bit right over there. But as a whole, they were probably just passing through and said, hey, let's try that. So you don't see a lot of impact on the gamma grass here. So that tells me they haven't gone to a grass, so they're still working on browse, which is good. Here's some briars. Another indicator, they don't eat the briars like they do the locust trees. And you can see a locust tree right there behind it where they have defoliated it down low. But the briars, they haven't. Look at all those beans on those locusts. Oh, wait a minute. Those aren't beans. That's catfish bait. Okay, so what I'm seeing is I am seeing that they're working on the brush, but I'm not seeing heavy indicators that it's time to move yet, which it shouldn't be. It's way early, but like I said, I'm monitoring based on the brush. And that's going to be the thing that we're looking at right now. So we'll look at it again in a couple days and make a decision. Now, we will not leave them in here for 7 days or longer. I should say 7 days would be the max. And I don't want to hear that sound right there. I don't know if y'all heard that or not, but I just heard a Billy Kid over here making a I'm chasing sound. Uh-oh. We got to get them in, guys. Next week. That's the sound you do not want to hear if it's late July. Oh no. That old black and white is definitely coming in. Okay, well, it's just one other thing you got to manage. Yeah, it's just the black and white one. They're running her pretty good. You know, she doesn't look like she has much of a bag anyway, so she's either already kicked her baby off or she lost a baby. If she kicked it off, she's a keeper. If she lost it, she's not. Oh, brother. Okay. I see lots of nannies whipping billy kids off. I just need them to hold them off for another week. Whipping up on one right over there. Girl, you need to kick him off. You've done enough. Okay. All right, I need to figure that up. What is it, 5 months? Ugh, that's not good. Well, it is what it is. We're working our way back around. We'll get to the pens just as quick as we can. I'm not sure if we're going to band or just go ahead and pull the billy kids off. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out. Think about why, and if it makes sense. They're so crazy. You know, a week ago they weren't doing this junk. Okay, I can't watch anymore. Good morning. It's bright and early. Wanted to see how my phone did on a early morning video versus the GoPro. The GoPro is just horrible, low light, horrible. So we'll see how this is. But Eli's last week was last week, so he is on his way home today. I say home, he's on his way to Boulder today. So it's back to the grind. I've got no more help. That's all right. So that's just how it goes. So anyway, we got a lot to do and a short time to do it. Supposed to get up into the triple digits last I heard today. So we're going to rock and roll and get going quick. They coming. guys ever get the feeling that all you do is work with a bunch of ladies? I wouldn't have it any other way. Isn't that right, ladies? See? Just saying, yeah, yeah. Let's go take a look at what they're doing, what they're hitting. See how the lower limbs are on some of these locust trees, so we can get an idea what we need to kind of monitor. Now here's some briars over here they're hitting immediately. I've kind of spooked them off of it a little bit, but they'll come back to it right in through there. But you can see them going through those woods. They're just picking and grinning. This pasture is mostly brush. So they're gonna have fun in here. Okay, so this is the next morning. Everybody's made it through, and as you can see, they're not just eating browse now. They've moved over to some, I guess, selectable weeds. It looks like that one she was eating on cuckleburrs, which is great. So we are good to go, and that's all we got. So thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll catch you next time.